Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we have a big injury update on guys like Chase Young, Benjamin St-Juste, and Montez Sweat. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Please help me get there by the end of the year, and hit that like button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video. So Ron Rivera had a press conference today and kind of gave a lot of updates on some, players that have been dealing with injuries. And it's kind of, a normal Ron Rivera update. Some of them were actually useful, but some of them were kind of vague answers and, similar answers that we've seen in the past. So with Chase Young, we'll start with that one because that's one of the biggest ones. Ron Rivera says Chase Young is trending in the direction and seems to be pretty confident to play for Sunday night against the Giants. I'm not, that sounds great, but again, to me, I've been fooled too many times where I thought he was going to play, and the last 2 weeks and now this third week, I'm just, until I see him playing or until I see the report that he's playing, I'm not believing it. And yes, I'm more encouraged because he did have an extra 2 weeks, or he had an extra week off for this game, and it's been, on Sunday, it'll be over 2 weeks since their last game. So, he definitely had more time, and he's not going to be at, MetLife, the turf there, but still, every single week for the last 5-6 weeks, it's been the same thing. The week starts out and there's optimism that he's going to play, and in the middle of the week there's a little bit less optimism, and then by Friday or Saturday it's like the report comes out, Chase Young is expected to be out for Sunday's game, but there's optimism he will make his debut next week. And then the cycle goes on, and who knows? Maybe this week will, break the cycle of that, but I'm just not going to get my hopes up. But if he does play, that's a boost to the Commanders' defense, and I think definitely will help stop Daniel Jones as a runner. I think we need him and Montez Sweat out there, and we'll get an update on Montez Sweat in a bit. So we'll talk about Chase Young a little bit later, but I wanted to go through all the players today that Ron Rivera gave an update on, and there's a lot of them, and they didn't practice today. They will practice tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, and then the game will be late on Sunday at FedEx Field. Sunday Night Football, must win. If you guys didn't check out my video yesterday, I talked about all the different playoff scenarios, but it makes it much harder if you don't win this game against the Giants. Most important game of the year by far. So, Benjamin St-Juste, this is what Ron Rivera said. We'll see how he progresses. He had a good day of treatment and work today, so that was a huge plus from what I was told. We'll see how it goes, but he's progressing in the right direction as of today. I think he plays. I think John Keim reported, last week before the game maybe, so about a week and a half ago, that Benjamin St-Juste was dealing with a mid to high ankle sprain. It's kind of in between of those, but more towards a mid ankle sprain. So I think that 4 weeks is kind of what this Sunday will be 4 weeks. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll play this week. I think he will. I think there was some reports about he was doing simple stuff like jump roping and stuff like that over the bye. So that definitely is a little bit encouraging. We need him out there because on a normal team, I think we would be fine playing against the Giants. But in terms of our team's cornerback depth is not good. Christian Holmes was our starter against the Giants and Falcons, but then they put Danny Johnson, who did play better. But the cornerback depth on this team isn't great. We talked about it during the offseason, and they didn't really address it. They could have signed some veterans. They didn't. So Benjamin St-Juste, we need him back this week. We need him back. Montez Sweat and James Smith-Williams both dealing with concussions. Ron Rivera said they're still in the protocol. They've progressed to where they're going through the steps, and they're progressing near the end of it. And as long as things continue in the right direction, we should have them back out at the practice field, hopefully by tomorrow or Thursday. So it doesn't look like there's too much concern about Montez Sweat and James Smith-Williams' concussions, because again, it was, they had a bye week. So, never a good time to get a concussion at all, but if there's ever a time to do it, there's never a time, but it's better during the bye week because you have a whole extra week. And usually concussions take about a week, maybe a little bit more. They'll both be fine for this week. Probably, there's a really high chance they both play. Montez Sweat, though, of course, we need him out there. And then, having him and Chase Young out there would be amazing this week. So, and then James Smith-Williams is a good role player, as well. Much more important without Chase Young. So if Chase Young's out, James Smith-Williams, we're going to need him. But if Chase Young's in, it's okay if Smith-Williams misses a game. But it would still be good to have him out there for sure. Sam Cosmi dealing with an ankle sprain. Got to start at right guard, was playing all right, and then gets another injury. He's been, since he got here, had a hip injury. I think he had an ankle injury last year as well. Had a thumb injury, and now an ankle sprain. They said he'll continue to get his treatment. We'll see how he is a little later today when we do our walkthrough, and we'll see how he handles that tomorrow morning. So from all the injuries so far, I didn't watch the press conference, but kind of just from what I'm reading, that seems like the least optimistic tone out of any of them. So we'll see if he plays, but Wes Schweitzer should be good, and we'll talk about Trey Turner in a second. Jamin Davis, he had like a procedure on his thumb. He should be fine. I know he has an exam tomorrow to make sure everything went well with that procedure. So he's going to be good. He's playing this week. Good thing to get done during the bye week again. Like, I know for the players, it might seem like when they first see the schedule, week 14 bye is terrible, but I honestly think it's a good bye because if you get a bye week like week 5, like, you're not that banged up week 5. So you're not getting that much of a useful regeneration. But now, week 14 is when you're the most banged up possible. I mean, it's the latest possible bye, I believe. So now, going into these last 4 games, all these teams are super, super banged up. They're the most banged up they've been all season. But the Commanders will be one of the least banged up teams in terms of, players who are playing on the field. They're going to be mostly healthy and rested. So I think that is an advantage there for sure. And it's, good that Jamin Davis got to get that procedure done, and he'll be fine. Antonio Gibson's been dealing with a foot injury. They said they'll continue the treatment with the foot issue. We'll monitor it, but he played last time, so should be good to go this week. Trey Turner, they said this was good timing for a bye for him. He got a lot of rest and treatment on his leg, so he should be fine. We should see him out in the walkthrough today, and we'll see how he is tomorrow morning. So again, great news on that as well. And then we talked about Chase Young, but I'll read it right here. Chase has continued to progress. He did a lot of work these last few days and has some really good days and seems to be pretty confident. We'll see how he progresses, but he's trending in the right direction. So I feel like overall, some pretty good optimism besides maybe Sam Cosmi. I think all the other guys, at least from what Ron Rivera is saying, are trending in the right direction. I'm still not going to be too optimistic about Chase Young because of the things I've said. Like, it just, it just, nothing's happened. And then this is a Benjamin St. Juste tweet right there. So, I feel like the biggest ones for the Commanders, the most important are St. Juste, Sweat, and then maybe Trey Turner, I would say. Honestly, because Cosmi's important, but Schweitzer's fine. Jamin Davis is going to play, and I'm not worried about Antonio Gibson. And then Chase Young's important, but at least this week, even if he plays, he's probably not playing more than 15 snaps. So that's just something you also have to consider as well with his return. And, if he does play, though, I'm excited to see what he can do and get him back out there in condition. Because the confidence issue, they've been saying, there's some issues with confidence. Well, you're not going to get that confidence until you play on the field. I'm sorry. The practice is only going to do so much. You're not going to, really feel back until you play. And not even just one game, multiple games. So that is it for today's update. Tomorrow, not sure what video I'll have out. If there's any changes with the injuries, maybe I'll do a video on that. But if not, we will see. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.